Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Ana Tibisay Biojo. You can call me Anna. I almost said welcome back to the community well. I think that's a sign that we need another season ASAP. Okay. I really was just about to be like, welcome back to the community well. But welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hey, I'm excited you're here and welcome to the family. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can know when I go live, when I post a new video. And I'm excited you're here. If you're part of the family already, welcome back. We are here. I'm excited because I'm on time. I want to post every Friday by 9 p.m. and have a busy Friday. So I was like, let me get to it and let me post. I even went live on Instagram and just hung out while I got ready. I feel like get readies are really like, you know, people are getting all cute and done up, but I really just had to put my hair up and throw on some powder. But whatever, I got to hang out with the people and kiki a little bit. And it was fun. We were talking about being superhuman. And yeah, it kind of relates to what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about today is what I'm talking about today is trusting God and really asking ourselves if we trust God, if we trust God. You can say a thing, but is your behavior in your life saying, I trust God? Um, this week, it's feeling a little personal for me. So I'm trying to process it as well as share it with y'all because I feel like it was important to talk about. But I feel like, God is calling me to do all these different things. And it feels like a stretch because God is like, here, do this. Or he'll be like, here's the vision, just do one thing. Or, but it's like I don't have all the pieces. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And by nature, I'm really type A. I need all the answers. I need all the information. I need all the research and all the things and nicely packaged from beginning to end. And as we know, that's not how God works. And so I'm really stretched in a different capacity because God and I have been at this for a while. And I feel like He's like, we've done this before, just in a different capacity, right? Like we've done this with a move, we've done this with you trusting me with finances. We've done this in different capacities. And now I'm asking you to do this and it just looks differently. It's in a different space, but we've done this before. We have a history together, and I feel like sometimes, I mean, it's all the things that happen in life and lifing. I think it's people in your life that sometimes impact your ability to trust God. I think it's yourself, maybe, you grew up not trusting yourself and now you have to learn to trust yourself. Or maybe you trusted yourself for a while and you made some bad decisions. So now you're like, I don't even trust myself. So it impacts your ability to trust God. Or you've learned, not to depend on people. So you kind of just do everything yourself. And I feel like that's where I'm at again. If I'm being super transparent and vulnerable, I feel like I'm trying to put the pieces together myself. And it's causing a lot of unneeded burden, right? There's a lot of things that were like, God is asking me to do all that. And He didn't ask you to do all of that. He did ask you to do some things, but you're adding more to it. And a lot of times we just have to be like, what did God say? Go with that and do that. Do not add, do not subtract, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Because if He told you to read this book and He told you to read 5 pages every day, but you want to be overzealous and read 10 to 15 pages a day, that's on you because He told you to read 5 pages a day. It's still a good thing. We're still reading the book that God told us to read, but now you're adding because He told you specifically on what to do. He's giving you instructions specifically on what to do, but you are trying to do too much. And by default, we do too much because of different things, because of our life, because of our personality, because of trauma, whatever the reason is. And so we add, or we don't do a thing when we're supposed to in the timing that He tells us to. And then we're overwhelmed and there's a sense of urgency because God told you to do it already and you didn't do it, you know? So I feel like I'm in a season of trusting God all over again in a different way, trusting that He's got me, right? and having to fully surrender and relinquish control. That's not easy for a lot of us. Okay, I'll speak for myself. It's not easy for me. I like being in control, and I feel like that's one of the things I wrestle most with God. And as you can see, today is real, real, real. I mean, I feel like every week is real, real, but um, really wrestling with God in terms of he's just like, relinquish control. I got you. If you're in control and I'm not, like, move your hand. I got this, you know? Um, and I really want to see God in all aspects of my life and see the fruit of what he wants to do. But I'm not going to be able to see that if I don't take my hands off the wheel. Like, I really, really just need to let go and surrender. And so, what does that look like on a daily? One of the things that he told me practically, he was like, come to me daily for the top three. And I'm sharing it with y'all. Obviously, take it back to God and see if that's something you can implement for yourself. But having my top three daily, where it's like I have a brain dump of things I need to do. And, you know, God is just asking me to do three things every single day, guaranteed three things that I need to do. Right. And so ensuring that I'm going to Him daily for my top three, then meeting with Him weekly, talking about, well, what is the vision for this week? What are we doing? What do you need me to get done? Meeting with Him monthly, reviewing the year. And all if that's overwhelming, just stick to the daily three, but really ensuring that I'm going to Him above all else and making sure that I'm really trusting Him and not leaning on my own understanding, like it says in Proverbs. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. So I'm going to write that down, put it in the fridge because that's our focus. We're trusting God with all our heart. And what does that look like? Is knowing His heart. You have to know His heart in order to trust Him. You have to know His heart, know His character, know who He is, right? And fully leaning on that and not on the fact that I may have experience in this or we've done it like this before. None of that matters because what God is trying to do in this season, this new thing, is going to require different insight. And so relying on Him to give that to me daily and continue to go to the Word, worship, spending time with Him, and shutting down all the other voices. Because that's also an issue. When the voices are so high, your own, other people, social media, shut those down so that we can rely on God. So I know that was short, but I really just wanted to share that and kind of, ask you that question too. Do you trust God? Does your behavior, does your life say you trust God? Or are you still holding on to some things? In this season, y'all, if you're with me, we're going to trust God. We're going to trust God. So we're going to shut down every single voice. Trust Him. When He says something, we do it to the T. Don't add, don't subtract. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye.